Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and oh my gosh, did I upload this early? I was like super busy on another project that definitely isn't listening to Caution Heaviest Dubstep Drops of All Time HD, which definitely didn't blow up my entire house, and I'm definitely not recording this on my front lawn. So you might have seen a bunch of artwork spoilers, I guess, leaked today. I heard maybe where they're from. It doesn't matter at this point. I think the artist accidentally released them early on a personal site or something like that. Whatever, who cares? So this will be like neat while also being a really boring video, because I could just look at, the first one here and be like, oh wow, how interesting. I wonder what card that'll go on. And then next, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what card that'll go on. So you know what? We gotta get weird with this. We gotta do this Desolator style. You ready for this? First up, okay, clearly the card's called Enter the Storybook, and that's Jace either in drag or post-op. And I think as far as the card mechanic, it'll do whatever that book thing did, the cartoon book thing from Yu-Gi-Oh! From the really dumb episode where he duels the guy with the weird long hair. I know his last name was Pegasus. I don't remember what the heck his first name was. I think it was All Y'all Have Seen The. Say yeah. So I don't remember what the card does, probably something stupid. But this will do the same thing. Next! Well, that's clearly Rapunzel. It's an enchantment, and when you play it, it's going to say, if your opponent is a ginger, you can climb up their hair into the next game over from you at the table. Your existing game becomes a draw, and the new game gets converted to one-person two-headed giant. Or, well, I guess three-person two-headed giant. You know what I mean. Next, this is an enchantment called Fishing Portal. Now, in, what is it, Narnia, you actually have to fish with swords. Those fish are pretty big. And that goes double for when you're portal fishing. So every turn, this will create a 1/1, then a 2/2, then a 3/3, then a 4/4 fish, etc. Fish creature token, of course. And probably a blue 5 cost. I think this will be a pretty good runaway hit. The next up, we've got, I'm even going to dick around on this one, Turn to Frog, obviously. One of my all-time favorite cards, by the way, and one of my all-time favorite effects. Next up, oh, that was so nice of them to do a tribute to Aretha Franklin on that card. That's classy. And word on the street is this card's going to be called Chain of Fools. Nobody's going to get that reference. Next up, we've got the famous Floating City, Floaty McFloatface. It's going to be kind of like a saga. It's going to be a two-part effect where when you put it into play, you have to elevate the table and hold it in midair until next turn, at which time you flip that mother into orbit. Next up, we got this beautiful artwork, interesting like illusion, but it's splashing over him. Just an amazing use of mana. I'm sure this will cost a ton of mana to play, but the effect is going to be pretty good. So I heard a rumor that this is going to be called Super Mega Ultra Rainbow Diversity Blast from the Social Justice Wizard realm. Finally, somebody chose a class other than Social Justice Warrior. There's a rumor going around that we might see Social Justice Rogues as well as Social Justice Rangers in this set. And obviously the cost will include all 5 colors, but it'll say that if your opponent is a cis-white male, you win the game. Next up, we've got a witch taking a pie with a little surprise in it out of the oven. So obviously this is going to be called Surprise Mechanic, and it summons a mechanic creature token, and you can tap it at any time to remove all damage from a creature. So you're supposed to use it against double strike creatures. So you heal after first strike phase, and then you get the second hit, and oh look, my damage was erased. Haha, I'm not dead. I've never seen that ability. This will be an interesting card. Next up, they're going to do a bit of a spin on Crazy Cat Lady. This is, of course, Crazy Hat Lady, and instead of a cat, she has a dog. I'll be honest with you, that looks like a cross between like maybe a pug and a bat. I mean, the ears and the nose and the fangs are not right. That's some creepy crap. I don't know what this card will do, but I'm sure it'll be something nasty. Next up, we've got a princess, perhaps, kissing a petrified, I guess, prince. He's been turned into a statue, but in Fairy Tale Land, Love's True Kiss or True Love's Kiss, whatever the hell it's called, that can undo any magic, I guess. But they kept it real with this card title. It's, of course, called Girl, Do You Know How Much Bacteria Might Be on That Statue? Where Has That Thing Been? Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're putting your lips on that. Comma, oh, he better have money because damn, they don't look worth it. They must be like changing the font to fit this many words on it. Either that or I'm completely making up all these leaks, but I mean, obviously that's not it. Next up, we got some cool looking towers on like a spiky outcrop, and well, obviously this is just mountain. I can't imagine it being anything else. Next up, we got some really cool looking trees with like some kind of weird glowing going on. Clearly those are willows. So obviously the card will be called Willow the Wisp. A lot of play on words in this set. Now, of course, this will be a 3-cost red instant. And it'll say that you take control of up to 4 target opponents' forests and light them on fire with a lighter. Pretty vicious. I think that's an interesting spin on not only, what do they call it, Iron Man / permadeath mode, but also red land destruction, because we've seen it, it's boring, people hate it, you gotta add that fun spin to it. Next up, we got some kind of fairy or ball of energy or something breaking through the clouds and just busting up some kind of bad weather or some kind of magical fog or something. Pretty neat artwork, I gotta say. I just noticed that these last three have all been different artists, so I don't know where these were leaked from, but I don't think it was one artist's website like I've been hearing. Well, obviously, this spell will be called Spirit Bomb. You have to have a Goku creature in play to play it, but if you meet the requirements to cast it and you pay the mana cost, it simply states destroy target opponent. Next up, we've got a very controversial card here because it's clearly the island artwork, but that's a peninsula. Peninsulas aren't islands, okay? They look like islands and they feel like islands on 3 sides, but they're connected to land. I don't agree with this artwork at all, and I'm already putting together a petition on change.org to have them change it. Next up, we got, well, obviously Forest. I mean, duh. And then we've got a much higher res version of Goldilocks, of course, the card that we've already seen 2 versions of. And she's got the 3 bears that she trapped and killed and cut their heads off with, I guess, that sword. A little twist on the old fairy tale there. Can't wait to see Goldilocks on a card. That'll be pretty awesome. Next up, we got some pretty bold artwork here. You can see the gingerbread man seems to have taken a bite out of her pie that was cooling in the windowsill and then made a run for it. But you may notice he's also not wearing any clothes, which explains why this card is going to be called Gingerbread Streaker. And I don't know what the creature actually does. It might actually be a vanilla creature, but I definitely got leaked a copy of the flavor text. And it states, "Thanks for the eats, lady. I'm off to join the Wizard's Judge program." Next up, we've got art for the card Evil Mirror. It, of course, replicates any creature that you own, except it flips its toughness and damage. So you get a token copy that's the evil twin. And it also becomes type Merfolk. Next up, we got some awesome art. Look at that spell. I mean, there might be like lava going on in the background or flames or something. It's just dropping all kinds of flaming weapons. And word is it's going to be on a card called It's Raining Swords. Hallelujah, it's raining swords. I'm not too sure about this, but I believe this will be on a 5-cost red sorcery that says deal 5 damage to every creature in play. Unless you're a female, then deal 5 damage to every creature in play at the LGS where you're currently playing. So they widened the scope of it based on the condition of the player. That's actually, I don't know if I've ever seen that. Oh, that's not true. One of the unsets had Avatar of You, and the damage and toughness were based on, or wait, no, the color identity was based on eye color. The age, every 10 years was +1 or something like that. It was something like that. I don't know, go look it up, I'm too lazy. Next up, we got some pretty crazy artwork here. You can see the dude took a bite out of an apple, and now he is hallucinating that a ghost girl is opening up a portal in the hedges to a realm of magical fantasy. I think that apple might have had some very interesting species of mold on it. Now, this is on one of the most powerful mythics in the set by far. This is going to be $25 or higher all day, mark my words. It's called Tainted Apple. It's got a lot of like conditional triggers, but they're not that hard to pull off. They're not very dependent. If I'm translating this correctly from Spanish, because this was leaked in Spanish, it should be distract your opponent, then grab all their permanents in play, crumple them up, stuff them into your cheeks, get up from the table, declare that you are the Squirrel King of the realm of Narnia, flip the table over, and then you win the game. And if you thought that sounds good, it's only a 7-cost colorless spell. Oh, that is going to be so broken. Next up, we got the artwork for Hans, Apple Salesman. And, you know, obviously I don't have to explain why they call him Hans, or Apple Salesman. And he's a 2/2 vanilla creature, but not quite, because when he enters the battlefield, he goes to get the card Tainted Apple. Oh, that's going to be a brutal combo with that auto fetch, guys. You can basically run 8 of in your deck now. And, oh, that was the last one for now. So, what do you guys think of these? I mean, I think a lot of the cards look interesting. They're expanding the rules of the game. A lot of new mechanics, and I have it on very good information that all of these leaks and card texts are 100% not fake at all and legitimate. I actually just called up Mark Rosewater. I got his number because he's on my bowling team. And he told me, oh yeah, all those leaks, yeah, I mean, those are real. And the card text, yeah, it sounds like he got most of them. Oh well, we're used to leaks at this point. Oh, by the way, Mark, bowling's canceled because a tornado ripped down the entire bowling alley. For real though, they just upped the count of confirmed tornadoes from 1 day on Saturday in Wisconsin to 16. And I think all 16 of them came down my street because holy crap, it's still blocked off. I gotta go like this weird concentric search pattern to even figure out which road now is open and leads to my house. All the trees are screwed up, my siding's screwed up. There's actually more damage to my house than I thought, so at least I got some pretty dang spoilers to look forward to. Hell yeah. So please leave a hell yeah on the video. Don't forget to unsubscribe, and I will see you guys next video.